Hey there, Facebook crackers and YouTube Saurus Rexes. This is Josh. Some of you may know me as a comedian. In fact, I've been called a semi-famous comedian. What the fuck is semi-famous? Does that mean I owe you money? It's in my other pants, man. The comics that can be a true statement because most of us can only afford to. Welcome to the very first test drive installment of my regular vlog. Moodswing. Vlog. What's that? Vlog. Sounds like I'm coughing up a kitten. Vlog. Anyway, I called the fill-in show I did at the local campus radio Moodswing too, but that didn't last. It became more of a nuisance than enjoyment. And they kind of condescended me at their funding drive a couple of years ago. Made me feel like a total retard. Can't even say it right. I'm so offended. Asked me, did you ever do shows before? Anyway, I think radio's dead medium too. I know satellite is hot for some of you folks, but I also know that the vast majority spend more time following your ex's status updates than you do grooving to the very latest on Jazz 109. So I'm going to talk to you this way. Why Moodswing? Well, frankly, I'm at the end of my rope and often rather cranky. Moodswing means I can talk about whatever I damn well please, and I hope to make you feel a whole cacophony of emotions from the things I say. I often begin my sets by talking about my disability, so let's talk about what cerebral palsy means to me. 2 words. Limited opportunity. Of course, there's trouble getting around, but there are more hidden difficulties like chronic pain, chronic insomnia, and a bladder that won't let me live a normal life. That's just the physical limitations. Bigotry has caused me more setbacks than my dysfunctional body ever could. I don't believe I'm unattractive, but yet I pursue just about every woman I've been interested in the past 5 years. Before that, I wouldn't have the confidence to pursue any woman, and they've all categorically rejected me, save one for about 2 months in the middle of '08, who abruptly went back to her abusive stalker ex-boyfriend. Oh, and I've had some amorous friendships since '08, whatever that means. But they've latched on to other comics right in front of me and refused to speak to me ever again when I showed the slightest displeasure at the turn of events. I hope you choke on a piece of cheese, you rat bitch. Ladies, I want you to admit it. You won't date a cripple. Just goddamn admit it, okay? And I want to know why. Is it because it's just plain unsexy? Is it because you think a man with limited mobility won't be able to satisfy your needs? Is it because you're worried what other people may think of you? Oh my god, she's with that gimp. What the fuck is wrong with her? I don't think this actually works the same for both genders. Not quite the same, anyway. Like, I've been propositioned by a number of men before, and fellas, I'm flattered, but I am not down to clown. I can barely look at my own pecker. I have to shower with my eyes closed anyway, because that baby shampoo ain't no tears like they say. I'm just joshing. But I think part of what's going on is, after thousands of years of biology and social conditioning, women, most often, seek a strong man. And I need help to put the condom on, because I have terrible coordination, and I ain't dealing with chlamydia or a baby until I'm at least somewhat ready. Just to be clear, I'll never be ready for chlamydia, hopefully for a baby someday. You know what? I gotta be honest too, right? I'm bigoted and superficial in my own ways, you know? Like, I wouldn't date a super heavyweight. I'm not hating, I'm just gesticulating. I'm 130 pounds, and if 50 pounds bigger than me is just too much woman. I'm not saying you gotta be a Barbie doll or Karen Carpenter, you know, that's not appealing either. Be healthy, follow body break. As you may have guessed, I'm rather unique, and that could be part of my problem too. cerebral palsy is in fact brain damage, and I'm an idiot savant, so sometimes it's a little difficult for me to relate to other folks because my brain works a little differently. And I'm not saying normal people have an easier time finding meaningful love either, but I think they get to play the game at least. I just want a fucking chance, man. Let me close on a poem here if I can for you. This one is called The Laughing Mask. What depths of rage or sorrow can a smile conceal, like an visible suit of armor that shields all weather and remains fashionable no matter the trend? But what of those who have forgotten its power, whose long suffering lends only a single expression? Those who have no armor, but instead eyes of transparent, broken glass. Should we treat them as lepers and keep away? Should we follow the laws of garden Hippocrates and set our hearts on sealing their cracks? Or should we simply admire their honesty? And what of those whose mere presence set a room ablaze, whose smiles make our knees weak, whose guffaws of laughter control the very beating of our hearts? What about their private moments, when that same power shorts out and electrocutes their souls? What about their bodies on the subway tracks? And what of those whose smiles and guffaws are not intoxicating, who do not surge, but reflect a simpler and more peaceable joy? Should we hold them in reverence, or just ask their advice? Well, that's it for me, folks. Good night, crackers and Saurus Rexuses. Enjoy this romantic rain, and I hope it brings you orgasmic dream.